was pretty easy.
Go. I don't know exactly how to start this, but welcome back. It's been a while since I've done a photography or video, really. So I thought we'd start with something a little easy, keep it simple, keep it nice today. And today, we're actually going to be talking street photography. Last weekend, I actually went to Oatman, Arizona, which, if anyone's been there, is a tiny little mining town set near the Black Mountains near where I live. The reason I decided to go there is, one, I didn't really have any idea for a video this week, and two, I kind of wanted to test out the capabilities of the Nikon Z9 with both walking and talking, as well as just doing kind of street portrait photography. So, you know, in this video today, we're just going to be covering, I guess, like my thoughts so far on using this ecosystem, this project, if you will, and just kind of telling a little bit of the story of what Oatman, Arizona is really about. So let's get started. Oatman, Arizona is named after a girl named Olivia Oatman. Some of you may have known the story. Pilgrim girl who was traveling with her family out from east to west to, you know, travel to California for the alleged gold opportunities, the gold rush. Olivia Oatman was actually captured by the natives. As you could see from some of her photos, she got these pretty badass like tattoos and scars from being with the natives. When her family was massacred during their journey westward in 1851, she was later traded to the Mojave people. And the Mojave people are actually the natives that are out in this land where I live. But unfortunately, after a while, the mining, the gold mining actually dried up in this town. So as you can see, there's not much here, but the Old West vibe kind of remains. And what I like about traveling in this town is that no matter where you go in town, you get a really nice Western vibe. Most of the modern day Oatman is actually surrounded by a couple trailers, not much about that. But what's interesting about Oatman is that no matter where you walk around, you'll find some people dressed as cowboys. A lot of bikers like to go there. But the other main occupants of this town are actually the donkeys that roam around, which I thought is pretty funny. And you'll see a lot of my videos and photos in this session talking about, in general, the donkeys. It's pretty cool. You can't really feed them anything except the specified food that they offer in Oatman. Let's kind of talk about some of my favorite photos that I got out of this trip. So because it's a mining town, there is actually a little mine cave that you could actually go through. And the first two these images, I would say, are pretty good at describing what you'll see in town. This one's pretty simple. It's just an example settlement or cave dwelling or little hut dwelling that some of the miners or locals would actually live in. It's just imagine a small 7x7 little room where all your belongings are going to be in that room, including your bed and washing and any extra clothes that you could have. What I like about this next photo, particularly this photo of, I guess I took this one in the mine itself. What I like about it is that it was in complete darkness, and the Nikon Z9, if I pushed up the the highlights and the darks, I was actually able to extract quite a bit of information, and I honestly can't even see a lot of the grain in this one photo. So I thought this next photo is pretty filling. It's just a tourist lady walking into the mine alone. I think she lost her family because she was busy taking photos for Instagram or whatever. Okay, because it's kind of gotten a creepy feeling to it, especially since, you know, October is just around the corner, giving it the ghost vibe of a ghost town. The next photo is actually of the old movie set that used to be here. There was a couple short films and a couple westerns that were actually filmed in Oatman, Arizona. So if you are interested in learning more of the movies, I'll link some trailers of the movies and I'll list them out for you. But the school, actually, the old Oatman school, was actually part of the set itself, which was, I don't know, this one's pretty self-explanatory. It's a rock. I like nature photos, and I don't know. The negative space from the sky just being so blue against the dark red orange from the mountain itself is pretty sweet. One of the largest houses that was actually never finished actually sits on top of the hill in Oatman. I don't know. You can kind of see that looks like they're rebuilding the house. From what I said, from when I talked to the locals, they said that they're actually rebuilding the house, and an owner wants to turn it into a museum. Don't know if that's true, but I really like this photo. So as I said, donkeys are prevalent and they're everywhere in the town. And whenever you walk around, when you're starting to drive into the town, you'll actually notice a couple donkeys outside of town. But once you get to the main street where the town is, it's probably like a block of just little shops and everything. There's donkeys left and right. And you'll see a lot of tourists just taking photos, trying to take selfies with them, trying to feed them. I would say be careful. They like to bite. They like to kick, they like to buck, they like to tackle. But I really like this photo just because I was driving back. Oh yeah, so as you start walking around town, you'll notice a couple, of course, here's a donkey, dressed scandalously. Not much needed to say there. There's a lot of cactus, of course, because it's a cowboy town. I thought it'd be fitting to get an old western wheel and cactus in the photo. As you can see in the background, there's a lot of shops as well. This is probably my favorite photo of the whole town besides the donkey. And this one's actually of the same house that's being rebuilt for the museum. And I was able to get through some of the Palo Verde in the background when it was waving through, and it just colors the contrast. It's just, I don't know, I love it. Oatman is so close to a lot of the native land. You'll find a couple of the shops to be more of a native style jewelry and arts and crafts and whatnot, as well as artwork that you could buy. So this one here is just a very simple wiring and copper made dream catcher with a little feather in the background. And what's interesting about this town, and if you actually go there, they have 2 live shows. Some of the locals actually dress up as, well, cowboys and perform a little bit of a play and a show for you. And what I like about it is it's sponsored, I believe, by Kiwans. What they do is they kind of showcase cowboy lifestyle, the kids and families that go there, collecting donations. And all the money actually goes to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Don't know what happened there, but my battery died, so I had to swap out the battery for this. A lot of the people that live there usually dress up as part of the actors, which I think is pretty cool. So, but as I said, John here in the photo, he'll probably kind of walk you through a little bit of the show, and he'll talk about what they do and what they do with the collections and the donations and whatnot. So I thought that was pretty cool. Cowboy biker theme going on with his style, which I really dig. I also dig his boots. I'm jealous. Might have to get me some boots like that. But as you walk around town, what's really cool is that there's a lot of artwork all around town. Saw this really great piece on a shop and thought I'd take a photo of it. Also, is really cool is that there used to be an Oatman post office there, and the post office is essentially the same building that they had 100, 200 years ago from the original settlers, which I think is pretty cool. Kind of going through some more, you'll notice that these particular 2 photos of the donkeys, they tried to walk around and ignore the tourists, but a lot of people kept trying to take the photos of them, but I was able to get some food for the donkey, and I gave him or her some, and I actually was able to take a really good profile photo of them. If you're gentle with animals and don't alarm them, they're usually pretty welcoming. So, because a lot of people actually come here, apparently John, the same guy who is doing a lot of shows, said that a lot of bikers come every other weekend to go visit them, which I think is pretty cool. I really like the shot. This gentleman was probably in his 80s. He looked like he was haggard looking, but you know, he was young in spirit, which is what matters. He really seemed to enjoy riding his Harley Davidson and dressing up as a biker cowboy as well, which I think is pretty cool. Oh, and here's a photo, Olivia Oatman. There used to be an ice cream shop, but I guess it's closed because of the pandemic. There's been a lot of, unfortunately, a lot of the shops had to close down or be sold. I really liked using my Nikon, both for video and for photo. I went to the town with literally no plan whatsoever of what I was actually going to do. I just knew I just wanted to take some photos and practice up my photography and videography skills. And I'm really happy because I only took one lens. And of course, those who know me know that it's a 24-70 2.8. And on this Nikon, it is stellar. it is amazing combination, because just walking around with that camera and that lens, I didn't have to worry about shake or anything, because I was able to hold on to my camera and do a lot of the video that you'll see in this video with just handheld and just doing very simple walking around and taking photos. About it is that switching between photo and video is super simple, honestly. So you guys really need a very good, simple Nikon camera to switch between quality video and quality photo and instantly switch between the two and capture what you need. I really think this Nikon is doing it will do it for very well for a lot of people. This is kind of my little simple video of my thoughts and just walking around Oatman, Arizona. Yeah, I hope I could keep producing smaller videos like this, but overall, I really like this. If you guys ever need a little bit of practice and inspiration, I highly suggest just taking a little road trip and just taking one lens with you and seeing how many good photos you could just capture of pedestrians around a little tourist town. I really like this. And overall, I'm excited. I'll be traveling. The next video might be a little delayed, but it's going to be a good one. I'm heading back to Washington soon, so I'll be doing a travel video again of going to Washington. So I'm excited. Do the liking, the subscribing, and everything. And yeah, follow me on social media. I'll be posting those photos on Instagram. And yeah, till then, we'll see you guys next time. Later.